Picture your quiet, peaceful morning routine. You are standing at your kitchen counter, the early morning light just starting to peek through the window, warming the familiar tiles under your feet. You take a bright, firm lemon, slice it perfectly in half, and squeeze that fresh, tart juice into your favorite mug of warm water to start your day right. Then, you do something that breaks my heart just a little bit. You take that squeezed, wrinkled yellow rind and you toss it straight into the garbage can. Stop right there. Imagine if you bought a beautiful, incredibly rare antique jewelry box, opened it up to take out the little paper tag inside, and then threw the priceless wooden box directly into the fireplace. That is exactly what you are doing to your body every single morning when you throw away the lemon peel. You are keeping the flavored water and throwing away the absolute most valuable biological treasure the fruit has to offer. Of course, you peel it and toss the rind. Our mothers and grandmothers taught us to do exactly that, because the peel is tough, aggressively bitter, and certainly does not taste like a sweet summer lemonade. How did your mother usually prepare fresh citrus for you when you were a child? It is completely natural to follow the kitchen traditions we grew up with. But today, I am going to show you why that bitter, discarded rind holds the key to supporting your joints, your energy, and your daily vitality. I promise you, by the end of our time together, I will share a remarkably simple, completely natural temperature workaround to unlock the power of the whole lemon without any of the bitter taste. You will never look at your kitchen trash can the same way again. Think about the juice you just squeezed into your mug. It is refreshing, certainly, but biologically speaking, it's mostly just water, a little bit of natural fruit sugar, and a fragile form of vitamin C that degrades almost the moment it hits the air. It gives you a tiny, fleeting spark. While the juice gives you a fleeting burst of brightness, the real enduring power was sitting right there in the trash. The thick yellow skin and that spongy white layer underneath, which we call the pith, act as a dense biological armor. In nature, a lemon has to survive blistering sun, torrential rains, and hungry insects, so the tree packs all of its strongest protective compounds into the skin. When you consume those specific compounds, that dense biological armor goes to work protecting your own cells. We are talking about a fascinating family of natural chemicals called bioflavonoids, specifically one named Hesperidin. Hesperidin does not care about making your water taste good. Its entire job in the human body is to seek out your blood vessels and provide them with deep structural support. Think about it. Imagine the old rubber garden hose you keep coiled up in the backyard. After years of sitting in the hot summer sun and surviving freezing winter snows, that rubber gets stiff, brittle, and cracked. When you turn on the spigot, the water struggles to push through the tight bends and the pressure is incredibly weak. As we celebrate more birthdays, our blood vessels can start to act just like that old garden hose. The inner lining of your vessels, a delicate layer called the endothelium, loses its youthful elasticity. This makes it so much harder for rich, oxygenated blood to reach your fingers, your toes, and your tired muscles. This is why your hands might feel freezing cold during a crisp autumn walk. It is why your legs feel incredibly heavy when you simply stand up from your favorite armchair, making you hesitate before walking across the room. You might even find yourself wearing thick wool socks to bed because your feet simply refuse to warm up under the blankets. Hesperidin acts like a deep conditioning treatment for that garden hose. It gently supports the flexibility of your blood vessels, encouraging them to relax and open up naturally. It helps your body maintain healthy levels of nitric oxide, which is the exact signal your arteries need to dilate and let the blood flow freely. When your blood flows freely, you might finally notice your hands and feet feeling a little warmer. You might notice your legs feeling lighter when you take the dog for a morning walk. That improved circulation is a wonderful victory for your daily comfort. But there is a catch. You cannot simply pick up a raw lemon peel and start chewing on it like an apple. The raw rind is aggressively bitter, incredibly tough on your digestion, and can actually cause a terrible stomachache if you try to force it down whole. We have to be much smarter about how we extract this goodness. So, Hesperidin helps keep your vessels flexible and your circulation warm. But all this effort to support your blood flow is completely meaningless if we ignore the heavy rusting feeling deep inside your joints, which requires a completely different compound from that exact same peel. I know how hard this is. You open your eyes, ready to face a beautiful day, but the moment you swing your legs over the edge of the bed, a familiar dread sets in. Your knees feel like rusted hinges on an old screen door. Your lower back aches with a dull heaviness, and those first few steps to the bathroom feel like you're walking on uneven stones. It is incredibly frustrating when your mind feels vibrant and young, but your physical frame refuses to cooperate. You want to get down on the living room rug to build wooden blocks with your grandkids. You want to enjoy a long, peaceful walk through your neighborhood without constantly searching for a park bench to rest on. This daily stiffness is not a personal failure, my dear friend. It is simply the result of years of natural wear and tear and the slow accumulation of cellular waste inside your joint tissues. Just like a car engine that has gone far too long without an oil change, the moving parts start to grind against each other. The synovial fluid that used to cushion your knees thickens, and that grinding discomfort drains your energy before breakfast is even finished. That grinding discomfort is exactly why we need to rethink the way we use our everyday kitchen ingredients. Remember that weird temperature workaround for the whole lemon I mentioned earlier? It is specifically designed to rescue another miraculous compound hidden inside the yellow part of the skin, a fragrant oil known as D-Limonene. Have you ever noticed how your fingers smell beautifully fresh and slightly oily after you peel a piece of citrus? That is the D-Limonene bursting out of the tiny, invisible pores in the rind. In the natural world, this fragrant oil is a powerful protective solvent. Think about how you tackle the greasy, baked-on mess of a heavy roasting pan after a big Sunday family dinner. You would never just splash cold water on it and hope for the best. You use a specialized dish soap that binds to the stubborn grease, breaking it apart so it can be easily rinsed away down the drain. D-Limonene acts in a remarkably similar way inside your body. It serves as a gentle, natural solvent for the metabolic waste that builds up in your tissues. It helps your body's natural detoxification systems bind to that microscopic rust in your joints and flush it out safely through your liver and kidneys. When you clear away the debris, the irritation calms down. Those rusted hinges finally get the smooth lubrication they desperately need. It's a beautiful, elegant process that nature designed perfectly. This cellular cleanup crew is absolutely essential for reclaiming your morning mobility and preserving your hard-earned independence. But you must be incredibly careful. D-Limonene is a highly volatile oil, meaning it is incredibly sensitive to extreme temperatures. If you just throw a whole lemon peel into a pot of rapidly boiling water and let it cook on the stove, you'll instantly vaporize all of those precious oils right into the air. Big mistake. You'll make your kitchen smell absolutely wonderful, but you'll completely rob your body of the internal benefits. We must preserve these delicate compounds, which requires a very gentle, precise touch that I will show you. So, we know D-Limonene acts as a solvent for your joints, provided we do not destroy it with boiling heat. But even with perfectly lubricated joints and warm hands, you will not want to play with your grandchildren if you are constantly fighting a losing battle against the dreaded afternoon energy slump. You know exactly what I mean by the afternoon slump. The clock strikes 2 in the afternoon and suddenly it feels like someone simply pulled the plug right out of the wall. The vibrant, optimistic energy you had at 10 in the morning vanishes entirely. It's replaced by a heavy, foggy exhaustion. This exhaustion makes even the simplest household tasks feel like climbing a mountain. You might find yourself sitting in your favorite recliner, the television playing quietly in the background, but you are not even watching it. You feel guilty because you wanted to spend the afternoon working in your garden, but you simply lack the physical spark to stand up and go outside. Think about a routine trip to the supermarket during that afternoon slump. You walk through the automatic sliding doors, grab a shopping cart, and suddenly the bright fluorescent lights feel entirely overwhelming. You stare down the endless cereal aisle, trying to remember what you came in for, feeling completely drained by the sheer effort of making simple choices. You deserve to navigate your day with steady, reliable vitality. You deserve the kind of energy that lets you plan a weekend road trip without worrying if you'll need a 3-hour nap just to recover from the drive. This is exactly where the white, spongy pith of the lemon steps in to perform its quiet magic. We have explored the Hesperidin for your blood vessels and the D-Limonene for your joints, but the spongy white pith holds a third treasure. It is packed with a very specific type of soluble dietary fiber called citrus pectin. Now, pectin might sound like something you only use to make homemade strawberry jam, but inside your digestive tract, it is an absolute lifesaver. Your gut is home to trillions of tiny bacteria that act as your body's internal energy regulators. They communicate directly with your brain through a massive neural pathway called the vagus nerve. When these friendly bacteria are hungry and neglected, they send distress signals up to your brain, causing that heavy, foggy fatigue. Citrus pectin is the absolute favorite food of your most beneficial gut bacteria. When you feed them this high-quality fiber, they feast on it and produce wonderful little molecules called short-chain fatty acids. These molecules travel directly to your brain. They act like a steady, slow-burning log on a winter fire. Instead of the chaotic spikes and crashes you get from drinking an afternoon cup of coffee or eating a sugary cookie, you get a beautiful, even warmth that lasts for hours. Stabilizing your afternoon energy is entirely possible when you stop throwing away the best part of the fruit. But we have a massive modern obstacle standing in our way. The lemons sitting in the produce bin at your local grocery store are not the same lemons your grandmother picked off a tree 50 years ago. Today, commercial food industries coat almost all citrus fruits in a thick layer of artificial wax. They do this to make the fruit look shiny and appealing under those bright supermarket lights, and to help it survive long truck rides across the country. If you try to extract the nutrients from the peel without removing that industrial wax first, you are simply going to be drinking a hot cup of dissolved chemicals. Never do this. The food industry cares about extending shelf life, not about your joint health or your afternoon energy. Do you ever feel like the modern food industry is making it harder to just eat real, honest food? We cannot let a little bit of commercial wax stop us from accessing these profound health benefits. Because when you finally clear away the obstacles and deliver these intact bioflavonoids to your cells, something else remarkable happens. You begin to support your immune system in a way that isolated vitamin C pills simply cannot match. Think of a standard vitamin C tablet like a single solitary brick. It is a good brick, certainly, but you cannot build a sturdy, reliable house with just one brick. The bioflavonoids in the rind act as the mortar, the architectural plans, and the skilled builders. They work in perfect synergy with the natural vitamin C, telling it exactly where to go and how to function inside your body. When your immune system has both the bricks and the mortar, it can build a formidable fortress. This means fewer days spent resting on the couch with a box of tissues. It means more days out in the fresh air, planting those beautiful spring tomatoes. It means having the resilience to truly enjoy your family gatherings. You will no longer constantly worry about catching every little respiratory bug the grandchildren bring home from school. This is what true vitality looks like, my dear friend. It is not about trying to look like a fitness model or running a marathon in your 60s or 70s. It is about preserving your precious, hard-earned independence. It is about the quiet dignity of being able to tie your own shoes without a wince, or reaching up to the top shelf of the pantry without a sharp pain in your shoulder. It is about waking up on a crisp Sunday morning, pouring a cup of tea, and feeling excited about the day ahead rather than burdened by it. Where are you watching from today, and how much do fresh, unwaxed local lemons cost in your city? You have worked hard your entire life. You've raised families, built careers, and weathered countless personal storms. You have absolutely earned the right to enjoy these golden years with a body that feels like a comfortable home, not a heavy, dragging anchor. We have journeyed through the miraculous biology hidden inside the humble lemon peel, from the garden hose of your vessels to the rusted hinges of your joints. Now it is time to put this powerful knowledge into action and execute that precise temperature workaround I promised you. It is time to stop throwing away your biological lottery ticket. I'm going to share with you a beautifully simple, elegant daily practice that respects the delicate nature of these compounds. This is not a complicated recipe that will keep you chained to the hot stove all morning. It is a gentle kitchen ritual. First, we must solve the lingering problem of the commercial wax. When you bring your fresh lemons home from the store, place them gently in a large glass bowl. Pour boiling water over them, just enough to fully submerge the fruit, and let them sit for exactly 1 minute. The brief exposure to heat will melt the artificial wax without cooking the delicate oils hidden deep inside the peel. After 1 minute, carefully remove the lemons and scrub them gently under cold running water with a soft vegetable brush. You will actually feel the skin change texture right in your hands. It will go from feeling artificially slick to feeling slightly grippy and naturally porous. Type a plus in the comments if you usually just rinse your fruit quickly with cold water, or a minus if you already scrub them. You have just removed the industrial barrier, and the real treasure is now fully accessible. Now take a simple cheese grater or a microplane. Gently grate the yellow skin of 1/2 of the lemon. You want to collect those fragrant yellow flakes, but you also want to take a small paring knife and carve out a few strips of the white spongy pith underneath. Place the grated yellow zest and the white pith strips into your absolute favorite, most comforting mug. Here is the most crucial step of the entire process. Do not pour boiling water directly over the delicate peel. Remember, extreme heat destroys the D-Limonene instantly. Boil your kettle, but then let it sit with the lid open for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want the water to be hot, but pleasantly warm to the touch. It should be roughly the temperature of a comfortable evening bath. Pour this gently heated water over the fresh zest and the white pith. Cover the mug immediately with a small saucer to trap the rising aromatic oils and let it steep quietly for 10 minutes. This gentle soaking process acts like a slow, respectful extraction. It coaxes the Hesperidin, the D-Limonene, and the Pectin out of the tough fiber and into the warm water, making it incredibly easy for your stomach to absorb. After 10 minutes, remove the saucer. You will see the water has taken on a beautiful, soft golden hue. Now, and only now, you may squeeze in the fresh juice from the lemon half. By adding the juice at the very end, you preserve that fragile, raw vitamin C. You also perfectly balance the slight bitterness of the pith with the bright, tart flavor of the juice. Drink this beautiful elixir slowly, feeling the warmth spread through your chest. You are no longer just drinking mildly flavored water. You are delivering a masterpiece of natural engineering directly to your waiting cells. Think about it. By making one tiny mindful shift in your morning routine, by simply choosing to value what you used to throw away, you are taking active, powerful control of your aging process. You are telling your body that it deserves the absolute best support nature has to offer. I want you to try this gentle ritual tomorrow morning when you wake up. Notice how the bright aroma fills your kitchen, lifting your spirits before you even take a single sip. Pay attention to how your joints feel a little more fluid as the days go by. Watch how that heavy afternoon slump starts to lose its grip on your daily life. You possess an incredible, resilient body. It wants to heal, it wants to move effortlessly, and it wants to thrive. Sometimes it just needs the right natural tools to get the job done. Keep moving gently, perhaps trying some light stretching in the living room or taking a peaceful walk around the block. Always remember that true vitality is built one small, loving choice at a time. This information is strictly educational to support your daily vitality. Never change your doctor's medical treatment without their consent.